Karibu, greetings and namaste, and welcome to another gorgeous episode of Humans and Happiness. As always, the objective is to bring you real life humans who've made happiness a choice in their lives. This episode, you're going to meet the man or the behind all of these happiness videos and ideas himself. You're going to meet me. I was like, we're getting you hacks of happiness from every other human. I have never taken a chance to share with you my personal story. Ladies and gentlemen, this video, I bring you my personal story of happiness. And it's a bit nervous, but I am being interviewed by my other half, my better partner, Tanjeet or Nikki. So yeah, a big reason for my happiness as well. And yeah, let's take it from here. Hello, and introducing to you, what do you want to be introduced as, Tanjeet or Nikki?
Nikki, I think a lot of people know me by Nikki, but I'm happy either way. Tanjeet is the name given by my parents, and I'm very proud of it. And yeah, either way.
So what stood out for me is that she's happy either way. So I think my effect of being a happiness coach is actually rubbing off on her. So we will call her what keeps her happy, Tanjeet or Nikki. But this interview is not about her.
Yes, it's all about him, the man behind Culture of Happiness.
And we're actually in a very beautiful location, Wagga Beach, by the Wagga River. Some people call it funny that this is a beach, but yes, this is a beach of Wagga.
So let me ask you, how happy you were before you met me?
Wow, that is taking me a bit off guard now. That is not the questions I didn't prepared for. And it's a trick question because it's asked by my wife. So how happy was I before I met you? I was very happy, and I think after meeting you I became even happier.
That's a smart answer. Coming back to the main purpose. So where did this happiness journey actually begin for you?
So happiness for me, I think, has always been a part of my life, especially because it was instilled into us by my parents, my mum especially. Whilst growing up, we were a middle class family and we had everything. My parents provided for everything that we could have ever wanted, but there was no luxury, there was no finities, niceties, which I think to a large extent contributes to how satisfied and how content I am with who I am today. Some valuable lessons that my mom always taught me was you could go however high in life, you could go however further in life, but always remember, always keep your feet grounded. And you know, mom, she still, whenever I call her today as well, and I tell her about my achievements or I tell her I've achieved something great, she'll be like, oh, very nice. Always remember, keep your feet grounded. Keep your feet grounded. So she would never let us fly too high. And I think that kind of helped me in multiple layers, because it told me that yes, you can achieve it big, you can achieve it high, but if you keep yourself grounded and if you find happiness in what you're doing, amongst many other things, that keeps you happy, content, and joy. I was fortunate enough to have a job which allowed me to travel extensively. In the past, I'm talking about 2019, not too far back, but now it does sound a little.
2 years back here.
Yeah, so 2019, I was in Nepal, Kathmandu, and Kathmandu always has a special place in my heart. The city, I find it so beautiful. Whenever I've gone to Kathmandu, it's given me the sense of belonging, the sense of really welcoming nature, even though the city is bustling like any other city, crowded, busy. But in all of that crowd and all of that noise, I find myself at peace. So anyways, I was at a cafe. I had a busy week. I was sitting at a cafe just sipping on my Nepali chai, and there was a writing written on the wall which said, when I was growing up, they asked me, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I answered, I want to be happy when I grow up. Everyone laughed at me and asked me, you did not understand the question. I looked back at them and said, you do not understand life. And I was like, wow, I wish this could have been my story. Because if you ask yourself, whatever we do in life, pursue a career, pursue a family, pursue ambitions, travel, adventure. The end goal of everything is to be happy. So why not target or start chasing happiness as the start point rather than an end goal? And I think that is what triggered about me going down this path of wanting to spread happiness. I underwent an entire program which had meditation, which had the entire science of positive psychology, the hacks of happiness, and I went deep into it. And that is where I became a certified happiness coach. And from then, I have made it my mission to spread happy vibes as much as I can.
Yeah, that was a beautiful journey. So when has been the happiest day? Which was the happiest day for you in your life?
I try to make every day happy. So for example, people call it Monday blues. I, not only for myself but everyone else, try to make everyone have a magical Monday. And then Tuesday comes, people are like, oh, we're Tuesday again. I'm like, okay, let's make it a terrific Tuesday, act terrific. And then comes Wednesday, midweek. I'm like, this day, I think let's plan to all be wise and let's have a wise and a wonderful Wednesday. And then comes Thursday. I'm like, we've had a great week so far. Everyone's alive, everyone's happy. Let's be thankful and thoughtful about our actions on a Thursday. So I make it a thoughtful and a thankful Thursday. And then thank God it's Friday. We have to have fun on Friday.
That's when be.
That's when the fun starts. So it's all about having a fun, fabulous and a fantastic Friday. And then comes the weekend. So Saturday has to be super splendid. So I always have a super and a splendid Saturday. Come Sunday, when people are anxious about Monday, I'm like, you know what? Let's recharge our batteries. People recharge their batteries on the weekend. I talk about recharging your smiles on a Sunday, and I say, call it a smiley Sunday. So for me, every day is a happy day. However, I'd like to share this one story, which I think if anyone ever asks me what is your happiest day, you see, growing up, I grew up as a very fat kid, literally 110 kilos fat, 44 waist size.
Oh my God. Thank God he met me in this form.
You mean to say you wouldn't have liked me otherwise?
Let's reserve my comments.
So yeah, it wasn't a very, how do I put it? It wasn't a very exciting time growing up when you're 110 kilos. And you know, clothes especially, that was my worst nightmare. That the only clothes I would wear are hand-me-downs from cousins, because at that time we didn't have those big XXL shops and all of that. So yeah, either hand-me-down clothes, or if I'm buying new clothes, which is hardly ever the case, it would be something, I walk into a clothes store and I literally remember my mom being a little bit frustrated with when it came to shopping for me when I wanted new clothes, because we would actually have to go through 5-10 different shops, because either we're not getting my size, or if we're getting my size, it's not something that I like. And shopping for clothes was not a very pleasant experience. However, fast forward, I think when I turned 23 or 24, came to India, my first year in India, miracles happened, magic happened, and I lost a whole lot of weight. I didn't even realize that I'd lost weight. I mean, I wasn't into that age where I was weighing myself. But anyways, walked into a clothes shop once in Mumbai. I remember this very, very vividly. Yes, I walked into a clothes store and saw a pair of jeans, and I'm like, oh wow, I love this pair of jeans. So I asked the guy, then I'm like, do you have, and I asked him nervously, I'm like, do you have size 44 in this? He's like, size 44? Who are you buying for? Do you have an uncle or father? I'm like, no, I'm buying for myself. He's like, but you are not a size 44. I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been wearing, a size 44. He's like, here's a size 36. Give that a go and see how you go. I'm like, no ways. He's like, go to the changing room, see how it fits you. If you don't, then we'll find you something else. Walk into the changing room, try on that size 36, and it fit perfectly.
Wow.
I walked out of the changing room and I was dancing. The first thing I did is called up my mom in Kenya, and I'm like, Mom, guess what? I've walked into a clothes store, I've liked a pair of jeans, and I've not had to negotiate for the size 36 fits me. And that I will never forget was the happiest moment in my life. But yes, other than that, every day is a happy day for me.
Like for me, I don't know for what reason, but the mornings are so beautiful and I wake up as a happy person in the morning. I don't know, there must be something in the morning. As it is, I'm a morning person.
You
And
wake
I
up next
see-
to me, so
Yeah, oh, that can be the reason. Yeah, but definitely mornings are very beautiful and happy. And when I get up, I'm really very thankful for the nice sleep I had. And I think that's the one thing, because a nice sleep gets you a fresh start for the day. And that's why I think so partial of my happiness comes from there, and then partially I find it there. Oh, you are also there. You are also partial happiness.
thank God I'm part of the picture somewhere.
So you being a happiness coach yourself now, so what is your happiness advice to people?
And I get this a lot. Put this question on Google. Google is going to give you a ton load of responses and answers. I'm going to give you my personal thoughts on how to be happy, and actually going to give you an anecdote. So if you want to be healthy, you go to the gym, or you tap yourself up with a nutritionist or a gym coach, right? And they give you a routine to be healthy, which involves a daily workout, a daily diet, and you start your routine, or you start that entire workout routine or regime, and that's how you become healthy. Similarly, if you want to achieve something in life, you get yourself educated, you work hard in your career, you work towards something to achieve something. Ladies and gentlemen, happiness is the same thing. You have to make a conscious effort and work towards building your levels of happiness so that it sustains you. Yes, there will be material pleasures. Yes, there will be everyday circumstances which give you happiness, but those are random occurrences, right? And those are not in your control. So if you really want to take happiness in your control, you have to design a program for yourself, or you have to kind of chart out an action plan.
A roadmap.
Yeah, a roadmap, and it has to be a conscious, consistent effort. Whatever you do, right? Like I said, there are innumerable hacks available online. I, as a happiness coach, have an entire system that I teach my people. Whatever it is that you choose to do, you need to do it consciously, consistently, and make a plan towards it. And always keep in mind, it's not something that you can leave to the universe for it to randomly happen. So yeah.
That was great. Let's take some advice and get happy.
So as the tradition goes, every Humans on Happiness episode has to have a quick fire 5. How could I spare myself going through a quick fire 5? Welcome to Quickfire 5, a round where she will ask me 5 questions in a rapid fire format, and I'm supposed to answer with a word or a sentence at most. So,
Are you ready?
am I ready for Quickfire 5? Yes, I am. And I'll tell you this, questions she has crafted, I have not, so I have no idea what's coming at me. A little bit nervous, but let's go for it. I think I'm ready.
If you have to meet someone for 10 minutes, who it would be and why?
I think I would actually want to meet Vasco da Gama, or any of the first-time explorers who landed and discovered any of these beautiful nations that we live in, and find out their first reactions and experience of how they felt when they first landed on a new land.
That's phenomenal. So if given a chance, an opportunity to go 100 years back or forward, so which side you would choose?
I will choose for today, go 100 years ahead in time, and the reason for that is I'd like to know what the people's personal challenges are 100 years ahead of time, so we can start finding a solution for them today.
So what would you prefer, spreading happiness or modern day education?
How about both? I would like more people to be educated about how to be happy and compassionate.
If you have to ask a question to someone dead or alive, what it would be?
I think I would have not just one question. I would like to have His Holiness Dalai Lama on my Humans and Happiness show and ask him all the questions I want about happiness and find out his secrets of happiness.
Oh my God, that's too much to ask for a whole show. Given a choice, who would you have dinner with and why?
Would you
Any
like?
celebrity, anyone?
would you like to be my dinner date for tonight?
Definitely. So thank you. That was a fantastic rapid fire round. And I think so we have got pretty good answers. And let me get it back to you.
Thank you, Nikki, for letting me being the guest on this Humans and Happiness show. And yeah, for all the viewers, like I always say, if you liked this episode, please help me spread the happiness by sharing it with one person who you think may find value in this episode. So keep it smiling, keep it happy, and today is a splendid Saturday. You may be watching it on a smiley Sunday, but don't forget to have a magical Monday. Cheers.